Hey guys, Paul from paulniger.com. I want to talk to you about my blog for this week. It's a good one. It's about sex. And everyone's talking about sex. You know, if they're not talking about it, they're looking for it in foods through aphrodisiacs, or they're dressing in terms of sex, dressing sexy, or we're watching movies, you know, and there's a lot of sexual themes in a lot of our movies that we watch, and also music as well. But despite this exposure to sex, we don't know too much about it. Right now we think of sex in terms of sport. You know, you like someone, you're physically attracted, you're emotionally attracted to them, and you act on these impulses and you have sex with them. And you know, when you're in a relationship, or sometimes people do it without relationships, but I've discussed previously in other blogs that sex is actually something that can help you heal you energetically and spiritually. Also, it can help you connect with your partner beyond the body. But I haven't really discussed on how that actually works and how to actually get started on that. And it starts with how we end it. You know, when we think about sex and we think when they're done, it's actually we finish with upon ejaculation for men. And I've discussed about women. Women can have multiple orgasms, whereas a man can have one, and usually he goes to sleep and rolls over. All his energy has been evacuated and is done. So what you want to do is you want to do the opposite of that. You want to maintain your orgasm. You want to hold it in. So it's called sperm retention. So the beauty of doing that is that because when you're making love with someone, there's an energetic transfer. So what happens is your energy and your partner's energy becomes transferred, and you get to maintain it. So whenever you evacuate that energy, all the work that you had cultivated, all the energy you had brought together becomes lost. You know, so you want to maintain that energy, and this is why it's very important to select a partner who has a great vibration of energy, because that's like that saying goes, you don't want to sleep with someone who you don't want to become, because you will carry that energy with you. And the beauty, that goes on to my next point, the beauty of sperm retention is that you are able to carry your partner's energy with you. And I believe that this plays a part in having a long-term relationship. And a lot of times our relationships nowadays, they don't last that long. You know, people are jumping from one relationship to the next, and they're not fulfilled. They're having all this sex and they're not feeling good about it. And so what you want to do is you want to maintain the sperm. And a lot of people will argue that, well, what about having a healthy prostate? They say ejaculation is good for that. They'll say, well, what about nocturnal emission, wet dreams? Well, the problem is with these people who argue that is that all their focus in the course of making love is drained to the genitals. You're not meant to do that. When you're making love, you're meant to raise the energy up and feel it in your entire body. That's where you get the full body orgasm. It's not when you just feel it in one area, because if you feel it in one area, what happens? All your energy is evacuated in that area, and there's nothing to be gained there. It's actually everything is to be lost. A beautiful part about maintaining that energy is that when we look at a woman, some guys, not me, they think in terms of a woman is so great because they can hold a child and grow a living organism, a child in their body for 9 months. And some guys will have like a kind of a jealousy towards that. Like I said, not me, right? But the thing about sperm retention is that you're actually holding your partner's energy within you. So yes, you are able to hold an energy, and you are able to carry that with you. You know, unlike a mother who will give birth to that child, but you want to be able to maintain that energy. And the beautiful part about maintaining that energy is that it can start to heal you energetically and spiritually. It can remove all the energetic stagnations that you may have. It can open awakening. It can add to a spiritual awakening, bring you to higher dimensions of consciousness. It can also make you whole. A lot of guys will be like, well, if I'm carrying a female energy in me, then does that not make me more feminine? And these are the you know, the tough guys that want to be the alpha male. They're like, no, I don't need to do that. But the beauty of holding a female energy in is that it makes you whole. So right now these alpha males, they're only being partial, they're not complete. So when you have a balance of yin and yang together energy, you become whole, and now you have more power. You're not just one-sided. It's like having a left arm and a right arm, and never getting to know that left arm. Always just staying on that one side and thinking that you're all tough because you got one arm, right? You want to have a nice balance of yin and yang, left and right. So that's what this is leading us to. So sperm retention, it seems difficult in the beginning, but once you get used to it, you'll find a lot more energy in your body. You'll find that you're able to overcome stuff that you may have, like emotional problems, mental problems, like an anxiety. You might have, normally you might be fearful. You might have distrust. By sperm retention, you'll be able to connect with your partner emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. You'll be able to trust them. You'll see a union. There's no longer a separation between you and them. You'll see them beyond the body. You'll see all these great things, and you'll have a full body orgasm. Now, who doesn't want that? Anyways, check out the read. It's on my website, www.paulniger.com, and my last name is spelled Nijar. See ya.